How do we change our mindset in such a way that we become really efficient at managing our time? Let's begin with a basic understanding. Your beliefs equal your realities. The way we currently handle our time in every aspect of our lives is influenced by what we believe about those areas. So to get better at time management, we need to examine and possibly change our beliefs about it. If you think you're great at handling time, getting things done and being very productive, chances are you'll excel in those areas. But lots of people have quirky ideas about managing time. Some think they're good at it, even if they're not. Others worry that being too organized means sacrificing spontaneity and being less like themselves. But the truth is, the better you are at managing your time, the more freedom you have to be spontaneous and do what you love without stress. Everyone desires to experience the feeling of success and victory. So how do you get the winning feeling? Simple answer, you win. Now, how do you win? Winning is like crossing the finish line first in a race. But in life, successful people set up their own finish lines that they aim to reach. When you complete a task, no matter how small, it's like winning a little victory and it feels good. For example, even if you just wash your car or tidy up the inside, stepping back and seeing the results can make you happy. When you win, your brain releases endorphins, which are like nature's happiness boosters. This makes you feel even better. Winning boosts your self-esteem and confidence, and you become a more likable person. Believe it or not, just by setting a goal and achieving it, you become more charming. Now let's dive into the psychology of time management. Recognize that your time is valuable just like money. Your time and money are both essential parts of your life and contribute to your overall happiness. You can trade your time for money by working, and you can also spend money to save time. But when you combine time and money, you're essentially managing your life and seeking happiness. So understanding this connection between time, money, and happiness is crucial for effective life management. When we talk about time management, we're really talking about having plenty of time to be happier in all areas of our lives. This means having joy in our work, spending quality time with loved ones, taking care of our health, focusing on personal and professional growth, nurturing our emotions, and exploring our spirituality. As you start to view time differently, understanding it as the key resource in life, your mindset about how you use your time will shift. You'll begin to prioritize and use your time more effectively to enhance your overall well-being and satisfaction in life. Now, what happens when you tackle your to-do list and choose to do the most important task first and then finish it? It's like hitting a high point. Your brain releases something called endorphins, which flood your body and make you feel really good. You might even feel so happy that you want to laugh out loud. Your heart beats faster, you smile a lot, and you're just in a great mood. Sometimes you might even work late into the night to finish a task. And even though it's really late and you should be tired, you're actually feeling happy and energized. You might find yourself unable to sleep, wandering around, maybe even watching a little TV, all because you feel fantastic. So what do winners do? They try to recreate this feeling over and over again until it becomes like a positive addiction. But you can also have a positive addiction to endorphins. Positive addictions are formed by consistently setting and completing important tasks. Tasks that really matter in your life. Some people might wonder, well, isn't that? Don't you lose your spontaneity if you're always working on top tasks? When you work on things that are important to you and feel good about it, you're happier overall. And people around you start to respect and admire you more. You feel proud of yourself and you have a positive reputation. People like being around you. And you might even find yourself earning more money because of your success. Now, the way you see yourself, like looking into a mirror inside your mind, affects how well you perform in the outside world. It's true, when we talk about self-image modification, it means that if you start to see yourself as a great time manager, your actions in managing time will improve. So how do you change the way you see yourself? One way is by rethinking and adjusting your idea of who you should be. Our self-image is often shaped by the people we admire and look up to, whether we know them personally or not. So here's a question when it comes to managing time. Who do you admire the most? Who do you want to be like? Maybe there's someone you think is very well organized, productive, and always gets a lot done. Well, you can start modeling your behavior after that person. Try to act more like the most effective time manager you know. And guess what? Your own time management skills will start to improve too. People who think far ahead about their lives and careers often make smarter choices. How they spend their time, compared to those who only focus on the present. Here's a key to success. Thinking about the long term helps you make better decisions in the short term. Successful people have a clear vision of where they want to be in 5, 10, or even 20 years from now. They look at their current actions and decisions to make sure they're in line with the future they want. In simpler terms, thinking ahead helps them make the right choices now. Now, here's a simple formula I want to share with you. I like to call the A-B formula. It goes like this. When you look at all the work you have to do, you'll find 2 types of tasks. First, there are A, group task. These are the ones that really push you closer to your biggest goals, like doubling your income, improving your lifestyle, or boosting your sales at work. Then there are B tasks. These are the ones that don't really help you reach your goals. They might be things like chatting with friends, watching TV, reading the newspaper, or going out for lunch. Sometimes these tasks even take you further away from what you really want to achieve. So here's the key rule. Focus only on A task. Don't waste your time on B task at all. If you concentrate solely on the tasks that propel you toward your desired outcomes, especially the ones that do it the fastest, you're bound to have a fantastic life. But here's the thing. Most people, like around 80% or more, spend their entire days on these B tasks. They're the ones that are fun, easy, and might seem enjoyable. But they're ultimately irrelevant and don't contribute much to your career or life goals. And then they wonder why, after 10 years, their income has barely budged, while those who focus on A task see their income soar. These A group people become so valuable to their companies that people are willing to pay them more and more money because of their incredible contributions. Understanding what truly matters to you in the long run can help you make smarter choices about what to focus on in the short term when it comes to your work. If something is important, it usually has long-lasting effects or consequences. On the other hand, things that aren't important usually don't have much impact in the long run. So before you dive into any task, it's a good idea to think about what the potential outcomes could be if you do it or if you don't. This way, you can prioritize your task based on what will have the most significant impact on your goals and overall success. And here's a key word for you. Future intent influences and often determines present actions. The more you know what you want to achieve in the future, the more it affects what you do right now. When you have a clear picture of where you want to be in the future, it helps you decide if what you're doing right now aligns with that vision. This means you can make sure that your current actions are taking you in the direction you really want to go. Having a long-term vision helps you make better choices in the present moment. Ensuring that your efforts are moving you closer to your ultimate goals. Everything counts. Everything that we do helps or hurts. Everything adds up or takes away. It can either contribute positively or negatively to our goals. So once you've set a clear goal for yourself, you can assess each task by asking, is this helping or hurting my progress toward my goal? If the task doesn't align with what you truly want for your life, then it's a good idea to consider delegating it to someone else, outsourcing it, reducing its importance, or even getting rid of it altogether. This way, you can focus more on tasks that truly move you closer to what matters most to you. When businesses go through a process called re-engineering, they focus on simplifying their operations. This means they stop doing tasks that don't add much value. Likewise, in our personal lives, we can simplify things by cutting out tasks that aren't important. This frees up time for what really matters to us. We can keep asking ourselves, what task can I get rid of completely? Which ones can I delegate to others? Can I combine tasks to make things simpler? It's all about finding ways to simplify and streamline our lives. By doing this, we can spend more time on fewer things that bring us better results, both financially and emotionally. And this brings us to the most important part of the human psyche, which is your self-esteem. Self-esteem has been defined in many ways, but it's mainly about how you feel about yourself. It's about liking yourself, respecting yourself, and seeing your own worth. What's interesting is that beneath self-esteem lies something called self-efficacy. Self-efficacy basically means that you feel good about yourself when you're able to do things that matter to you. So every time you manage your time well and feel confident and capable, your self-esteem gets a boost. This not only makes you feel better about yourself, you'll find yourself more pleasant to be with, embracing a greater sense of ease and experiencing increased happiness across every facet of your life. Successful people are those who are ready to wait for good things and give up some things now, so they can get even better things later. On the flip side, unsuccessful people tend to focus on enjoying things right away and getting immediate gratification without considering what might happen in the long run. They don't think much about how their actions today might affect their future. Here's a great quote from Dennis Waitley. Failures do what is tension relieving, while winners do what is goal achieving. For example, start work earlier, regularly read about your job, take classes to get better at what you do, and concentrate on doing important tasks at work. All these actions will greatly benefit you in the future. On the flip side, show up to work at the last minute, spend time reading the newspaper, sipping coffee and chatting with colleagues. It might feel enjoyable in the moment, but in the long run, it often leads to missed opportunities for advancement, lower performance, and feelings of dissatisfaction. Now, if you could gain an extra 2 hours every day by being more productive, that adds up to about 10 extra hours each week and roughly 500 extra hours per year. Imagine what you could do with a 25% increase in your productivity and performance. How would you spend that extra time? It's important to have a clear idea of how you would use the extra time, because it motivates you to take action to save that time. For some people, having more time means they can finally write that book they've been dreaming of. Others might see a significant boost in their career performance and output. Some may become more effective in various aspects of their lives. So the first step is to decide why you want more time. The stronger your desire for that extra time, the more motivated you'll be to learn the necessary skills to make it happen. A sign of a smart person is their skill in knowing what will happen if they do or don't do something. The possible results of a task or activity decide how important it is to you and your company. This way of judging a task helps you figure out which task you should tackle first. Every morning, start your day by making a list of things you need to do. It's best to make this list the night before because your mind is fresh and you'll come up with lots of ideas. Think of it like setting goals for the day. Then take a look at your list and ask yourself, if I could only do one thing today before leaving for a month, what would it be? That task becomes your top priority for the day. Imagine you have 2 big tasks to do. You can start with the most important one. We often say, tackle the toughest task first, the one that seems the biggest and most obvious. Another thing to remember is that if you have to do something unpleasant, don't waste time staring at it. Just get started on that task. Focus on the task that will have the biggest impact first. Then make sure you stay focused on that task, even if you get distracted. Keep coming back to it until it's done. Think of it like a gyroscope that always returns to its center. Once you've decided that a task is the most important, stick to it. It doesn't mean everything else is a waste of time. But compared to this task, they're less important. If you can do this consistently, you'll see a big jump in productivity right away, and it will keep getting better as you keep doing it throughout your career. Once you begin, keep working without stopping. Here's what you can do. Focus and tell yourself, I'm going to work now, and then keep at it until you finish. You can even give yourself small rewards after completing tasks. Train yourself to work efficiently and avoid falling into what's known as Parkinson's law, where work expands to fill the time allotted for it. Instead, aim to finish tasks in a shorter time frame. If a task has big rewards, make it your priority and start working on it right away. If there's something important that could cause potential negative consequences, if it's not done fast and done right, it should be your main focus. Whatever that important thing is, make a commitment to tackle it right away. Keep in mind, to feel motivated to do something, you need a reason. The more you understand how much a task can positively affect your life, the more likely you are to beat procrastination and do it promptly. Stay on track and keep moving ahead by consistently beginning and finishing tasks that can significantly impact your company and your future. Remember, time will keep moving forward no matter what. The real question is how you make use of it and where you'll be when weeks and months have passed. And where you end up depends a lot on how much you think about the possible outcomes of your actions in the short term. A great way to understand what matters most in your work and personal life is to think about what could happen. Because of the choices you make, the decisions you take, and the things you do. The main difference between people who succeed and those who don't is pretty simple. Successful people are more productive. They use their time wisely. On the other hand, those who don't succeed might spend the same amount of time working, or even more, but they're not very productive. They focus on tasks that aren't worth much and end up getting very little done. Here's the truth. You'll always be paid for what you produce. If you want to earn more money and achieve more, you need to accomplish more. You need to focus on doing what successful people do, which is creating things that are better and more valuable than what others do. Taking breaks, relaxing, and going on vacations are great use of time. It's important to take breaks so you can rest and recharge your energy. That's why it's smart to plan your vacations ahead of time at the start of the year. You should set aside money, book your travel and hotel accommodations in advance. Plan your work schedule around your vacation days. Try to take 3-day weekends whenever possible. Take a week or 2 weeks off in the summer, in the wintertime. Relaxing is important. It's also important to exercise regularly. When you exercise, you become healthier, have more energy, and become more creative. This means you can do better work when you're working. So remember to take breaks and make time for exercise to improve your overall well-being. In closing, consider integrating these 4 things into your life. Firstly, it's important to ensure that your goals align with your values. This means doing things every day that you genuinely enjoy and care about. Make sure the activities you engage in bring you happiness and fulfillment. Take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you and incorporate those things into your daily life. Second, prioritize your health by scheduling regular checkups. Your well-being is crucial for a fulfilling life. Make it a habit to visit your dentist for checkups and maintain good oral health. Regular health exams are essential for maintaining a healthy and happy life. Thirdly, consider adopting a habit of eating lightly. Choose lighter meals for lunch and dinner. By doing so, you'll likely experience an increase in energy levels, feel less tired throughout the day, and find yourself being more productive in your daily tasks. Lighter eating habits can contribute to overall well-being and help you maintain optimal energy levels throughout the day, making it easier to tackle your daily responsibilities with enthusiasm and vigor. Fourthly, consider making a conscious choice to aim for a long and fulfilling life, perhaps until you reach the age of 80. This decision is vital for effective time management. Organize your days and hours with the intention of maintaining your health, happiness, and overall well-being. By prioritizing your health and happiness, you increase your chances of enjoying a vibrant life until the age of 80, cherishing every moment along the way.